You're watching NFL Daily, and today's show is made possible by our good friends, Panda Sups. Go to pandasups.com and use code CHAT at checkout to be able to save 30% off on some high-quality vitamins, pre-workout, and we're also going to talk to you about their BCAAs. I love Aaron Rodgers. I love that he's speaking up, and I love that he's not afraid to speak his mind because, the writing's on the wall. He knows what's coming.
Aaron Rodgers is not a stupid person. Now, you might not always like Aaron Rodgers, but he tends to know what's up, and he was very honest and very accurate in the recent interview that he did. Also saying, by the way, that when he saw the Packers drafting Jordan Love, went ahead and poured himself a four-finger glass of tequila. Was that right?
Yeah,
tequila. Just because he knew what kind of night it was going to be. Jordan Love is the future of this team. That's
whether you like
happening.
it or not. He's going to be the future, man. When you trade up for somebody in the first round, 26th overall, we were a little bit iffy on Jordan Love. So he had a great 2018, 2019, not so great, but he is going to be the new Packers' future, and that's definitely what the draft has shown.
Absolutely. Now here's what Rodgers had to say about the Packers moving on. Here's what he said. That's probably what happens based on the circumstances around everything. Just look at the facts. They traded up. They drafted him. I would say they like him. They want to play him. I get it. I see it completely clearly, and I'm not bitter about it. It kind of just is what it is. He knows, be it next year or 2022, probably 2021, that he's not going to be a Packer anymore. He's going to go somewhere else to finish out his NFL career.
He's 36 years old, and the other quote that I didn't put in there, he also says he knows it's a business. He says in another quote, like, the word business 3 or 4 times, and that's what this is. This is a business decision for the Green Bay Packers. Rodgers done a lot of great things. 36, but he might be falling down
For the record,
bit.
I think it's a bad business decision.
You think it's a bad business decision?
Yeah, you should be trying to win while you have this window right now with him. Because that draft did not help their window at all.
No, I agree with that, but I'm saying like maybe long term you move on from Aaron Rodgers.
Always try and find a quarterback later too.
Okay.
I say maximize the window that you have.
Well, we've known for a while that the Green Bay Packers, they were going to move on from Aaron Rodgers. In fact, this video, we made this over 2 months ago. But if you were a subscriber, you probably would have already watched it. If you haven't seen it yet, after you watch the live video or after you watch this on a later date, what I want you to do is go check out our Aaron Rodgers Trade Destinations video. So I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. Where will Aaron Rodgers play in 2021? So for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, you might get with an ad break. While that ad is playing, I want you to scroll on down, or if you're on your phone, use your thumb, go on down, let us know. Where will Rodgers play in 2021? Next story here is around Tua, and it seems like he's ready to rock and roll here. Could be maybe starting, maybe.
Well, Tua was fully cleared to participate in training camp. He passed his physical. There's no limitations for him at all. A very good sign for the Miami Dolphins and, of course, for Tua. Now, the real question here, even though Brian Flores says, hey, he's going to be a full go at practice, is he going to get a true chance to win that starting job? Is he going to be able to earn it? Is he going to be able to beat out Fitzpatrick in an abbreviated, a limited, and unusual training camp period? So I am confident at some point this year you will see Tua starting for the Miami Dolphins. It makes too much sense. What I don't know, and we've discussed this many times on our new Dolphins channel, youtube.com/DolphinsNews, go check it out, is if the Dolphins are going to be comfortable enough to roll with Tua behind I'll call it a work-in-progress offensive line, or if Brian Flores, who's super competitive and prevented the Dolphins from taking properly this past year, will instead go with Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I am excited to see Tua. I'm glad he's fully cleared. I still think Miami's going to be at least a little bit cautious with him.
Yeah, and I think they should be cautious because this is your franchise. And if he's not 100% ready, you don't throw him out there to the Sharks, or maybe in this case the Dolphins. You don't want to end up doing that. I think that you have Ryan Fitzpatrick, who showed that he can be a reliable veteran. And if I'm Tua, if I want to learn behind a quarterback, I do think Ryan Fitzpatrick would be a great guy to learn behind.
Absolutely.
Tom, I don't know if you ever heard this. He actually went to Harvard. That's what I hear. Pretty
Jimmy
crazy,
Graham
right?
played basketball.
So Tua, Ryan Fitzpatrick, this is going to be a debate that not only we've talked about, we watch all the time in the comments as well. Who do you think is going to start more games here this upcoming season? Because I don't really care who starts week 1.
Okay.
Who plays more games? Is it Tua type TT or Ryan Fitzpatrick RN?
I'll go with Tua because unlike Josh Rosen, once Miami makes the move to Tua, Mitch, they're not going back to Fitzpatrick except for injury. They're not going to bench him. He's going to be the guy once he gets the nod. I think that happens before Week 8.
So let's get some of these votes coming in here on our live show. We got SAs typing RF. Seen some TT from Joe Burrow, Rashard Lee, Caps fan types RF. And then Adam Hartman also typing his TT. Tua, if you need to get back into shape because maybe you took a few days off, hey, we got you covered here at Panda Supps. Go to pandasups.com. Use code CHAT to be able to save 30% off and get free shipping at checkout. What you're seeing right now is the pre-workout. For me, I take pre-workout sometimes even before work, definitely before the gym. But why should you take pre-workout? It's going to help you focus. It's going to help you get that extra rep, and then you're going to be able to build bigger muscles.
Going to maximize.
Maximize.
Yeah.
Tom, trying to get rid of the dad bod. Panda Supps here is going to help him be able to do that. Go to pandasups.com. Use code CHAT at checkout. 30% off. It's in the comments. It's in the description. You got no more excuses, y'all. No more excuses. Go use our sponsor, Panda Supps. It's time now to go to the Chicago Bears here in the quarterback battle. It's open. This isn't really new news, but it is kind of new news.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see exactly how the impact of a limited offseason, a limited camp, truly plays out for all these parties involved here. With Foles not really being able to be around and build up some chemistry and some familiarity with these receivers, I wonder if Trubisky starts the season and then they eventually realize, oh yeah, it's Trubisky, and once Foles is built up, he becomes the guy for the back half of the year.
I mean, we always say if you have two quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks, and that's something that we always hear on our Bears channel. If you are a diehard Bears fan, you see the link below in orange. Go to youtube.com/Bears now. It is one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing Bears channel on YouTube. There's a lot of videos there, a lot of solid content, and yeah, a lot of Mitchell Trubisky, Nick Foles discussions there as well, so I can guarantee you that. So you got Foles, you got Trubisky.
And you have no quarterback.
No quarterbacks. Maybe they just end up running the Wild Bear. Who knows? Who's going to end up starting at quarterback? Producer Brett says plenty of tight ends. Nick Foles, NF, or Mitchell Trubisky, MT, who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Bears?
For most of the games, you're saying?
Sure.
I'm going to go Nick Foles then. I think Trubisky might get the nod in week 1.
Okay.
But the Bears brought in Nick Foles. They restructured his contract to actually guarantee him more than what they had to. They're acting like they think Foles can be the guy for them. I think Foles ends up having that role for the majority of the season. I'm going to type in my NF.
Hey, you. Hey, you. You watching. Yeah, I'm talking to you. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Here at Chat Sports, keeping you as up-to-date as humanly possible. We're getting close to 185K, and we love all of our viewers now. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We would definitely appreciate that. And if you are subbed, why don't you go ahead and type sub below. All right, let's go to Lamar Jackson. He wants Antonio Brown. He stated that AB would be a great addition to the Ravens.
Would he, though?
Would he?
I get why these receivers want to add Antonio Brown because he's awesome. Or quarterbacks, excuse me. These quarterbacks want to add Antonio Brown. But he's a problem, man. I'm sorry.
Look at this quote. This is hilarious to me. There's no quit with him.
Yes, there is.
He's retired how many times? To me, that means that there's quit in him. Yes, he has talent, but for your opening quote to say that there's no quit in him, I'm sorry, Lamar Jackson. You're wrong. You were a great football player, but no. Antonio Brown has quit multiple times. Now, sure, if you want to add him to your wide receiver depth chart, he's cousins with, Marquise Hollywood Brown. Willie Snead, Boykin, he would obviously be...
Boykin.
Sorry,
he
would obviously...
Boykin.
Trying to
boink him later?
Oh, perhaps. Depends if I can get some extra growth and some muscle gain from my band of subs. No, but I mean, obviously he would help. And if you're a Ravens team that needs to get over the hump, giggity, then maybe you go out and get yourself a player like Antonio Brown. So let us know. If the Ravens were to add AB, are they the best team in the National Football League? They were 14-2 last year.
They're close, but they're not.
Who's better?
Still the Chiefs.
Still the Chiefs?
Mm-hmm. Still the Chiefs.
Okay. Give us a Y for yes, or give us an Ed for no. Thanos says yes. John Lou says no. Aaron Nagel says no. If you want to be able to get a shout-out, maybe you should start watching us live Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Antonio Brown to Seattle. All you Seahawks fans, if you're not already subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button or go to youtube.com/SeahawksTV.
It's back, right? There's
It has to be
always
back.
Antonio Brown. This time, Mitch, it's because Geno Smith has done something to cause some chaos
Geno
here.
Smith. So the picture
The backup quarterback.
The picture that you're about to see, I understand it's not easy. This is actually a video that Antonio Brown posted on Twitter. It's him catching his one and only touchdown last year. And, of course, Geno Smith, because reliable source Geno Smith,
Worked out with AB, friends with AB, apparently.
quote tweets it and says, coming soon. As soon as that happens, it's like the biggest blockbuster movie event ever. Coming soon to a theater near you. Antonio Brown to Seattle. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it does either.
But it's fun.
It's fun. I get why there's interest there. He's such a problem. And there's a reason you don't let the quarterbacks or the players make the decisions.
Or Geno Smith.
Especially Geno Smith, make the decisions on your roster because, maybe they're not the best evaluators, as the NFL Top 100 has shown to us repeatedly here. The Seahawks do need another receiver.
Sure.
I would rather bring on Josh Gordon. Yep. I would pass on Antonio Brown. I know there's some risk involved with both of those players, but the disastrous outcome for Antonio Brown is a lot worse than the disastrous outcome for Josh Gordon. And you can ask 3 of the 32 NFL teams how they feel about Antonio Brown, and they're not interested. That is a lot for it all to come in a single year.
I think it's even more out of the 3 out of the 32. If you're looking at just talent alone, Antonio Brown should be on almost any NFL team. And the fact that this man can't get on the field, guess what? That means he's a little bit crazy. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this, Tom, is it's been since 2016, since the Seahawks have won the division.
But they've always been in the mix.
They've been in the mix.
They were this far away last year from winning it.
But again, you're looking at the 49ers went to the Super Bowl. The Rams went to the Super Bowl. If you can get over the hump and Antonio Brown can get you over the hump, do you take the risk?
You at least have to consider it.
You've already traded Jamal Adams. Yeah. You're already kind of going all in. Maybe you go even a little bit more all in. You go a little bit crazy as well with Antonio Brown. So should the Seattle Seahawks go out and sign Antonio Brown? Give me a 1 for yes, type 2 for no. If you don't want Antonio Brown, as always, you can type FAB down there. I see Mahir Kumar, who's a big Seahawks fan. He's also typing 2. A lot of 2s rolling in. And if you haven't already, go to pandasubs.com and use code CHAT to save 30% off. 49ers news here. John Lynch got extended 5 years, just like Kyle Shanahan ended up doing. And when you're looking at a GM who really took over a team, came in on 2017, and they struggled a little bit, 6-10, 4-12, and then bang, to the Super Bowl. I'm going to tip my cap to John Lynch.
The quarterback got healthy and things were a lot better. That
the
defense
team got
is
a lot
good.
better.
Yeah, Lynch was an outside-the-box hire. It's worked very well. He and Shanahan clearly meshed pretty well. Now they're both tied together for the significant long term in San Francisco. I wonder if you might see a potential promotion coming for John Lynch. What if he gets the team president nod in a year or two?
Can't say
Just
president.
throwing it out there.
Can't say president. How many games will the 49ers win in 2020? After this question, we do have a little bit of 49ers news, rumors around George Kittle. So make sure you guys aren't going anywhere. How many games will the 49ers win in this year, Tom?
I'm going to go 12.
I'm going to go 11.
I almost said 11, too.
Yeah?
We're right in the same area.
You almost said 11-2?
11.
Okay.
11-2
is what are you trying to
TOO.
tell me, Tom? You're scaring me. How many games will the 49ers win? Let us know in the comments. As mentioned earlier, Panda Subs, they are making this show possible. They're turning on the lights today, and they're also helping Tom and I lose a little bit of weight. The BCAs, I take a scoop of this after I get done working out. But the real thing I want to show you is look at this deal. Pink lemonade, peach gummy bear, doesn't matter. $24.50 when you use code CHAT at checkout. Just go to pandasubs.com, save 30%, lose 30% of your belly fat, and it's also going to be in good shape as well. It's in the comments. It's in the description. Shout out to Panda Subs for hooking up everybody watching NFL Daily today. All right, last thing here on NFL Daily. George Kittle, could his extension be coming? We've seen Shanahan. We've seen John Lynch. He still continues to say, hey, pay me.
They have to pay him. I think he's their best player. And that's not a dig at a Fred Warner or a George Kittle or a Richard Sherman, excuse me. Kittle's their best guy. Kittle has to get paid. You can't be paying other players and then say, oh, we ran out of money. They have the money. They are great at managing the cap, at creating cap space with the best of the NFL teams out there. I know it's going to be expensive. I think this deal gets done. Maybe it's just before week 1, but I would be stunned if Kittle doesn't have a long-term extension locked and loaded by the time week 1 gets going for San Francisco.
It would be a bad look, I think, for the 49ers. And I think for a player that's done all the right things, who's been a great leader on the field, George Kittle.
You save room for Kittle, and you save room for Bosa. Those are your 2 big guys coming up.
Yeah, they're going to have to pay them a lot because we just saw the Bosa deal that just went down yesterday. So will George Kittle get his extension? Type D for deal or type N for no deal. So D for deal or type N for no deal. George Kittle, will he get his extension? We also have some breaking news here. Kenny Golladay placed on the COVID-19 list, but he wasn't the only Detroit Lions player. T.J. Hawkinson as well. So Kenny Golladay led the NFL in touchdowns last year with 11, and then T.J. Hawkinson, the tight end drafted out of Iowa in the first round.
Yeah, so quick notes here as to what this actually means here. Being placed on the COVID list, this is not the opt-out list. This is just, hey,
Correct.
They had a positive test or they had very close contact with someone who does have it. Once they're cleared, once they either get the negative tests or whatever, they'll be taken off list and they'll be good to go. So they should be fine in probably a week or so. So don't panic yet, Lions fans. Everything should be okay for both of these players.